Hello from wrestling country. The University of Pitt Johnstown in beautiful Johnstown, Pennsylvania plays host to the 12th annual Who's Number One presented by Cliff Keen. The same stage that saw Olympian Kennedy Blades and world medalist Macy Kilty will now play host to the next generation of wrestling greats. For our opening session, the women will take center stage. The best high schoolers from around the country will battle for the top spot in the nation in freestyle wrestling. Alongside Andrew Spey, I'm Christian Piles, and Andrew, it's a sold-out crowd. What has fans so excited for this afternoon's Who's Number One?
Well, this is truly the ultimate showcase event for girls high school wrestling. Women's wrestling is one of the fastest growing sports in American sports movement. Right here, 11 tremendous girls high school bouts. Most of these athletes are 17 years or younger. Already half of them have World or Pan Am championship experience, and more than half have national championships at Fargo.
Let's take a look at the opening half of matches, Spey. What's a match that fans should be looking out for that's going to maybe be a showstopper?
Yeah, at the top of the card, you want to highlight the second bout. This would be a headliner on most events, but we're going to provide some early event fireworks with it. It's Aubrey Crazer of Easton, PA. She's number one, a PIAA Fargo and Pan Am champ, so number one in the state, country, and hemisphere. She's taking on Tina McGowan, number two, wrestling out of Wyoming Seminary. She's also a Fargo champion. This is an outstanding matchup.
And we have a monster main event this afternoon. Tell us about that final match that's going to be going on tonight.
Yeah, the back half of this card goes from strength to strength. No de-escalation going here. Credentials abound, but the headliner is something special. Morgan Turner, a name to remember if you don't already know it. She wrestles out of Chicago. She's already a U17 world gold medal and bronze medalist. One of the best pound-for-pound prospects in the country, taking on Julia Horger from Pennsylvania, number two in the country at 105. She's a recently minted Fargo champ. She's up for the challenge.
Gonna be a great match. Of course, gonna be wrestling freestyle this afternoon session for this opening session. Spey, tell us a little bit about freestyle wrestling.
Yes, all 11 bouts freestyle, the same rules they use at the Olympics. So to remember, 2-point takedowns, 2 points for back exposures that go past 90 degrees, 2 3-minute periods that use criteria to break those ties at the end of 6 minutes. And don't forget about the step out point if someone goes out of bounds.
We'll keep you up to speed on all the rules and what's going on. Right now, want to remind you, Cliff Keen, FloWrestling Numbers One is once again presented by our fantastic partners at Cliff Keen, the original wrestling outfitters. You can head to cliffkeen.com right now and get your very own Who's Number One gear. And coming up next, we're going to get things started with 155 pounds, Sarah Pulk, taking on Janiyah Johnson when we come back.
Fear. It used to make me question my ability. It made me feel like I'll never really reach these goals I've set for myself. Now, when I feel fear, I think to myself, I've been here before, again and again. Wrestling has taught me that the only way to succeed is by really embracing my fear.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the University of Pittsburgh at Johnstown for the 2024 FloWrestling Who's Number One, brought to you by Cliff Keen. Today, you will witness 2 sessions with 22 matchups featuring the top high school boys and girls from around the country. First up, we have a full card of 11 girls freestyle matches. Are you guys ready? Let's make some noise for our first competitors at 155 pounds. And coming out of the blue corner from the state of Tennessee, she's a Tennessee state champion, a Fargo champion, ranked number 2 in the country, Janiyah Johnson. And from the red corner, she's from Minnesota, a Minnesota state champion, a Fargo and U17 World Team Trials placer, number 3 in the country, Sarah Pulk.
All right, the first wrestlers are on the mat, Spay. Sarah Pulk in the red, Janiyah Johnson in the black to get things started.
Yeah, this is a really fun matchup. It's 2 versus 3, so not the typical matchup, but really wanted to make this happen. Janiyah Johnson is a really fun talent, recently minted Fargo champ, and her challenger, Sarah Pulk. These are 2 of the youngest wrestlers in the entire event.
Yeah, she's 14 and 15 years old. Probably be watching these 2 wrestle for a long time to come.
Yeah, they're just another 2 in a long line of great upper weights for women's wrestling in America.
And we are underway. Match number 1, 155 pounds. Janiyah Johnson versus Sarah Pulk. They need to start the clock. There we go. And right away, Janiyah Johnson pulling that head under, looking almost like for a dresser dump to get things started. Staying in that front headlock. She's got the chin. Decent position here for Johnson. Pulk trying to clear that front headlock position. 20 seconds in and they clear out. And now getting some level change. Low ankle attack from Sarah Pulk trying to come out the back door. She's in good position on this finish, but a good job getting the hips back. Still scrambling now. Janiyah Johnson trying to counter score. Gets a handful of face. Trying to counter maybe crotch lift here is Janiyah Johnson. Now getting her legs back. Pulk not giving up on this leg attack here. Now switches to a shallow single leg. Look and re-attack Janiyah Johnson. She's got her hands locked on this right side single leg. Can she get the finish? Trying to finish backside now. Now standing is Janiyah Johnson. What a great opening flurry this is. She's got that leg treetop. We'll see which tactic she uses to get this finish if she can. Sarah Pulk is not going to give up. Still keeping that foot high in the air. Plenty of time to work. Now on the shoulder. This is even tougher for Pulk. That's a great position for Johnson. Turn it down, and there's the takedown. 2-0 lead for Janiyah Johnson. Hard fought. It started with the low single from Pulk, counter re-attack by Johnson, and she eventually gets the 2.
Yeah, great minute of a scramble here between 2 very young wrestlers showing wisdom and mat savvy well beyond their years.
And they'll put it back up. Reminder, this is freestyle wrestling, so you'll get a little time to work from the top position, and then they'll bring you back up. Minute 22 to go in the opening period. 2 periods in freestyle wrestling. Pulk's got that wrist, and she's looking to get on her offense, and it's fallen right into a left-sided single leg. And similar finishing tactic here from Janiyah, and she's going to get 2 more. She's got a bottom leg trap. Potential for an extra 2 there. Pulk trying to turn down. It's 4-0 for Janiyah.
Yeah, that's what Janiyah really wanted to start things off, get those 4 points, and now it's Pulk that has to wrestle from a deficit. See what she does here with a little bit less than a minute remaining and still in the first period.
Pulk not too far off from getting scores. She's getting into offensive positions, but it's been the defense of Johnson that's been keeping her at bay. She's been continually going to that wrist.
Yeah, maybe she's a little bit choosier in her shots. She's got good setups, and she's moving Johnson around the mat. But very good
single
defense.
leg, shallow here. Janiyah now once again on the single, not connected, doesn't have the hands locked. Now switches to a double. Short offense position for Janiyah Johnson, but Pulk able to clear out of it. 2-on-1 for Janiyah now.
Yeah, no need for Janiyah to force anything, but short time in this period, both wrestlers could use a score.
And looked for a drag go behind there, but Pulk able to square up. 12 seconds to go in the first period. Single leg from Pulk, but once again, very extended. Pulling that near ankle, and just gonna run out of time is Janiyah Johnson. 4-0 at the break for Janiyah. Great opening period here to get things started.
Yeah, nice round of applause from a sold-out crowd. It'll continue to fill up here at the UPJ Sports Center. I think Pulk, she should be not too concerned about being down 4-0. She was in on shots. She just needs to figure out a way to finish. Easier said than done. Johnson wrestled a tactically superb first period.
Great first period, and as you mentioned, leads can vanish fast. 4-0 could seem like a daunting lead in folk style wrestling. In freestyle, it's just a matter of 2 scores or sometimes 1 scoring sequence could get her in the lead.
Yeah, good point. 4-pointer. Pulk is in the lead after 1 move.
Clubbing on the head early is Pulk. And oh, what a great re-attack from Janiyah Johnson. Great transition to a finish. Now she's got a lace. That's 2 more. 8-0 now. 1 more turn would end it. Can she get it? That lace is tight. Pulk fighting with everything she's got. She goes over. 10-0 tech Janiyah Johnson a winner. And a very hyped up Janiyah Johnson fan group up in the bleachers goes crazy when Janiyah goes leg attack to the lace, match over.
Yeah, she shut the door on that bout early in the second period, and there, her family coming up from Tennessee. She's got a nice size contingent there. Tennessee not known as a wrestling powerhouse, but Johnson trying to change that. Really impressed by those crackback finishes by Johnson as we look at some of the highlights, including that single leg finishes. Great fight by Pulk, though.
That's a lot of skill for a 14-year-old wrestler. Bright future for both. Pulk impressed me in defeat. Great performance by her as well, but it's Janiyah Johnson right now. We're gonna be back with 130 pounds. Aubrey Crazer versus Tyna McGowan when we come back.
Champion, a 2023 Journeyman champ, ranked number 2 in the country, Tyna McGowan. And her opponent from the red corner, representing the state of Pennsylvania. She's a Pennsylvania state champ, a U20 Pan Am champ, a 2023 Fargo champion, and this is her second Who's Number 1, ranked number 1 in the country, Aubrey Crazer.
And the Pennsylvania crowd getting behind Aubrey Crazer early here. She's from Easton, Pennsylvania.
Back at her second Who's Number 1, trying to get a win this time. She's the favorite. McGowan, very tough though. And if that name sounds familiar, it's because her brother Mark Anthony wrestled at Flair, was at Who's Number 1, making them one of, I think, 4 families that have a boys and girls participant at Who's Number 1.
Awesome. And we are now underway at 130 pounds. Aubrey Crazer in the red, taking on Tyna McGowan in the black. Collar tie from McGowan. And Crazer to get started. Elbow off attempt there by Aubrey. Now a 2-on-1 for Tyna McGowan. Good head position there by Aubrey Crazer. Tough to score, and now they clear out of it. Back to the collar tie. And then back to the left side elbow control. Now over tie for Aubrey. Good fakes by Crazer there. As both wrestlers starting to feel each other out. We're gonna have a passivity warning. First one against Crazer. 2 of those and you go on the shot clock. You get 30 seconds to score, or you'll surrender a point to your opponent.
Yeah, you see the 3 referee mechanics. You have a table judge on the far side of the mat. Right next to us, you have the chairman there, the ultimate decider, and then, of course, on the mat, the whistle. 2 out of 3 have to agree on all.
McGowan from New Jersey, a Fargo champion, wearing the black tonight.
And there's a warning for McGowan. So 1 warning apiece. They're trying to get some action going. When there's not attacking happening, that's when the officials get a little more involved, try to force the issue by hitting wrestlers for passivity. Now over-under position, but Tyna McGowan able to clear out. Now she has an underhook left side with head position.
Crazer's also got a reach advantage on McGowan, so that's something else she'll have to contend with.
And it's going to be McGowan going on the shot clock. Crazer was controlling center, and that's what the officials will look for when they're determining who's going to go on the shot clock.
30 seconds.
Crazer already crowding the starting position, trying to take a little
Low
ground.
ankle, beautiful ankle pick by Aubrey Crazer. She jumps out to a 2-0 lead, and she is looking for more. She's got a leg lace. She's got it locked up. 4-0. And McGowan able to fight out of it, but Crazer not to be denied. Head goes out, or this could be more points. for Aubrey Crazer. So this could be 4-0, and McGowan is still on the clock.
Clock does not come off unless the person on it scores, so your opponent can keep racking up the points. You still have that clock to contend with.
So it was a collar and ankle pick from Aubrey Crazer. Now it's a sweep single from McGowan. Not there, though. Well defended by Aubrey Crazer. And that extra point goes up 5-0 for Crazer.
Point for Crazer, and she goes up 5-0 with 45 seconds left in the first.
Two-on-one for McGowan yet again, 36 seconds to go. She looks for that left-handed single leg, but Aubrey seems well prepared to defend that single leg. Now a two-on-one for Aubrey. And it's gonna be a caution and one for, you can't have the double collar tie. And so that's an extra point for Crazer from McGowan's double collar tie.
Yeah, sometimes you see that, you know, you just get a warning on the wrestler that does that, but it's definitely in the rule book.
Underhook, and now looking to score from short offense is Aubrey Crazer. 8 seconds to go, short time to do it. Going head in the hole maybe. Oh, throws it by the other way. That's going to be two right at the buzzer from Aubrey Crazer. What a start for Aubrey. 8-0 at the break.
Yeah, so a lot to process for McGowan and her corner. That's Cornell Robinson, the head coach of both the boys and girls program at Wyoming Sem. Get a replay of Crazer. She's going to score here at the end, and yeah, not too much to say in her corner. Everything's working, so just stick to the game plan. You need two more, and it looks like she's in good shape to finish this match off.
Great job shucking that by for two. She runs her feet one way and then pops it through the other for the two. 8-0, and now for McGowan, any two you give up and the match is over.
She also has a big deficit to overcome, so you can't wrestle tight, and you have a lot of points to get, so that's why you want to not get yourself in those holes.
McGowan comes out with an underhook and head position. Club and sweep again for McGowan. She comes up with an underhook. Crazer defends once more. Crazer continuing to pressure forward. Definitely dictating where the match is taking place. Tight ties for McGowan. You can see her just squeezing in that collar. Now an underhook for Crazer cleared out. McGowan getting a little space. Fakes from Crazer.
Crazer, like a boa constrictor, just want to keep the pressure on until she finally gets those two extra points.
Another low shot. Man, Crazer is very well prepared for that left-handed attack from McGowan. And back to that ankle pick, not there. She's trying to bring McGowan's right foot towards her. Man, tight collars has McGowan's head pulled all the way down.
Yeah, Coach Robinson saying you have to hand fight for McGowan.
Yeah, you got to clear out of that tie. There's going to be one. Oh, they're going straight push.
So white paddle or just not called, so no need to white paddle.
No, so they don't give the point because in freestyle, if you go straight arm push, they will not give you the step out point. They want to see you executing some technique on the edge, not just shoving.
Stays 8-0 for Crazer.
Crazer really just driving towards the edge. McGowan trying to fight in. Now she's brought her to the zone. Good job circling back in by McGowan. Minute 14 to go.
So many of these wrestlers are not used to the 6-minute matches. They're 4-minute matches for U17 at the international level or 16U at Fargo. So they're pushing further than they often wrestle.
And there's going to be one, at least that's going to be two offered and confirmed. 10-0, Aubrey Crazer. The Pennsylvania girl gets it done in the Keystone State.
Yes, she does. Impressive performance. She's going to stay local for college. She's in her senior year. She's from the Lehigh Valley, and she'll be going to Lehigh University next year. They're building a nice club program.
Oh, yeah.
Hopefully that turns official D1, but not quite yet. Still a lot of talent there. Audrey Jimenez is already at Lehigh this year.
Great job by Aubrey. Dominant. So we're starting with 2 10-0s to get it going. And we've seen leg laces in both matches. Great transitions for both Janiyah Johnson and Aubrey Crazer to get things started.
Leg lace is so deadly in freestyle, and you see both these girls, winners, use it to their advantage.
And here's the final score for Aubrey Crazer to get the win in a hand race here at Who's Number One. And next match going to be 145 pounds, Charlotte Gilfoil versus Sarah Henckel.
And we'll move on to 145 pounds. Coming out of the blue corner from Connecticut. She's a Fargo finalist, and this is her second Who's Number One appearance. Ranked number 2 in the country, Sarah Henckel. And from the red corner, representing the state of Pennsylvania, she's a Pennsylvania state finalist, a 2023 Super 32 place winner, ranked number 1 in the country, Charlotte Gilfoil.
All right, go time, 145 pounds. There you see Charlotte Gilfoil out of Harrisburg, PA, taking on Sarah Henckel out of Connecticut. Another one of those brother-sister duos. Her brother, Will Henckel, wrestled Who's Number One last year.
Yes,
correct?
and Sarah wrestled at Who's Number One the year before that, so she technically got the first Who's Number One experience in the family, but she wrestles out of Connecticut. She's very proud of being from the Nutmeg State, but she goes to school at Blair in New Jersey. Gilfoil wrestles for the Central Dolphin team in Central PA in the Capital Region.
CD Rams.
Yes, sir.
Underway, 145 pounds, Gilfoil in the red, Henckel in the black. Tight ties to get this one started. Cleared out by Henckel. Hard left club by Henckel. And she goes to the right side.
This is a very evenly matched bout. They're 1 and 2. But Gilfoil hasn't really separated herself as some of the wrestlers coming into this event.
Gilfoil with a 2-on-1 on that left side. Henckel trying to fight in. She's got good head position, does Henckel. Makes it a little tougher to score if you're Gilfoil, but has her almost in the zone. Henckel clears out of it. Good head position again, now cleared out. Now underhook right side for Gilfoil, and they're gonna warn Henckel for passivity. That's the first one.
Yeah, first minute, no action, someone usually gets a warning.
Back to that 2-on-1 for Gilfoil. Minute 20 into the opening period.
Henckel in the black, a Fargo finalist, also her second appearance at Who's Number One.
Shallow underhook on that right side for Henckel. The official once again beginning to indicate towards Henckel. And gonna get confirmation from the mat chairman. And just like that, Sarah Henckel can go on the shot clock.
Yeah, no shots from either wrestler at that point, but if you're controlling center, 9 times out of 10, your opponent is gonna get that passivity warning and go on the clock.
2-on-1 there, once again, for Henckel. A lot of times you'll see wrestlers aren't going to force the issue when they're on the shot clock in a 0-0 match. Don't want to take an unnecessary risk and put yourself in a bigger hole. I think that's what we're seeing from Henckel here, as the official will stalemate the position. A little word to Gilfoil, they won't want to see her doing what they call negative wrestling, kind of just defending. They want to see them all looking to score. There's a shot from Henckel, double leg, but good defense from Gilfoil. Staying on the single leg is Sarah Henckel, doubled off. Now pops her head to the outside. She's in great position to score here. 2, and it's going to be a takedown for Henckel. 2-1, because she gave up the shot clock. She did not quite score in time, but she will get the lead, and that was a tough finish. She hit the double, got a little extended single, then back to the double and got the finish.
Yeah, love to see those extended scrambles where both wrestlers showing off their high IQ on the mat, and it was Henckel that battled through, didn't let the shot clock fluster her.
So 1 attack, 1 score for Sarah Henckel as we're coming towards the end of the first period here.
Very tactical first period. Both wrestlers trying to look for openings, feel out their opponent.
That'll do it for the first period. And we'll take a look at that takedown. Hard, she's kind of cleared the tie, shot a double leg, and it didn't look like she'd be able to finish double, but she was able to pop her head up, keep her hips underneath her, and gets that finish. And when that head touched, that's when she got the 2. That next supporting point gave her the takedown. But only a 1-point lead here for Henckel.
Yeah, smart for Gilfoil to know that, you know, if she can hold out a couple extra seconds, she was going to get at least that 1 point out of there.
There you see Chance Marsteller in the corner for Charlotte Gilfoil. You just watched him wrestle the World Team Trials. Had a great run there and met up with Jordan Burroughs. He'll be coaching a couple athletes here this evening. The Stellar Train crew, always well represented at Who's Number 1. And we are underway in the second period between Henckel and Gilfoil. Oh, nice snap by Sarah Henckel. Goes one way, then the other, drops the leg. That is textbook. And now looking to get another 2 is Sarah Henckel. And she's going to get it, 4-1. That's exactly how you drill it, Spay.
Yeah, textbook, like you said, and Henckel using maybe a little bit of size. She's wrestled at 155 before. She's coming down to 145, but that's where she won Fargo. And just using her strength to her advantage.
2:25 left here in the second period. Sarah Henckel, a 4-1 lead. And kind of an errant throw by puts Gilfoil in good position. Now Wizard seatbelt dropping down to the ankle is Gilfoil pulling up on the ankle. She's in decent position to score here, but Henckel doing a good job whizzing hard, getting that head to touch, and that'll get her reset. So no score there for Gilfoil on a decent, probably her best scoring opportunity so far.
Yeah, it came up empty, but has to feel good that she was able to kind of make Henckel react and was close to a score. How does she respond now, though? Henckel backing up. I think the referees might think about hitting her with a passivity. Would it be just a warning?
Already been hit once. Wrist control for Gilfoil. And coming up around the body, right side, seatbelt whizzer, and that could be a step out. Oh, grounded. 1 offered, 1 confirmed. Yeah, I think that's the right call.
Yeah.
She initiated that attack, and then Gilfoil, or Henckel grounded herself kind of out of bounds, and they end up giving the step out point. Right call there, I believe. So it's 4-2. A 2 won't do it for Gilfoil. She's gonna have to get to a 5th point.
You see Gilfoil maybe a little bit more stamina right now. Got Henckel on her heels. Getting close to that final minute of action.
If you're Gilfoil, you want to try to get back to that seatbelt position. It looks like that may be the position where she can score. She was able to get a point there. She almost had a takedown from that position. Now she goes to that 2-on-1. Henckel clears out of it. 49 seconds to go. And if you're Gilfoil, you've got to be thinking multiple scores here, not just a takedown, but you need a takedown, a turn, feet to back, step out and a takedown, some combination there. There's a shot by Gilfoil, shallow, and now it's well defended by Sarah Henckel in short offense. 30 seconds to go. Henckel with that right side underhook. There's a shot attempt by Gilfoil. Henckel holding position in the center, just 17 seconds to go. She knows the mission right now is to defend. Gilfoil knows she has to score. She's gonna come around. She's in a scoring position. She needs to get 3 points. She's fighting for that takedown. Henckel fighting very well, not giving it up. 3 seconds to go. And that's gonna do it. Time is up. It's a 4-2 final.
What an effort.
Sarah Henckel doesn't even want to give up that 2 at the end. And she's gonna be your winner. Great effort by Charlotte Gilfoil, but it's Sarah Henckel, your winner.
Yeah, even if she knew the score, why risk it? Why even just be as stingy as possible? And then a little bit of redemption for Henckel, because I don't know if you remember 2 years ago, she gave up a takedown in the closing seconds to lose a heartbreaker to McBride of Life University.
That was a crazy one. I do remember that. Take a look. That's just your textbook. Short offense, dropping to the leg, finish. Does a great job getting that next supporting point down.
Yeah, kudos to both wrestlers. Great effort. The crowd appreciated it as well. This is the final seconds where Gilfoil just couldn't get that 2. It wouldn't have mattered. Ultimately, it would have been criteria win for Henckel, but great effort.
Great job by Henckel there. And Defense Soap is now the official soap and body wipe of FloWrestling, protecting you for over 15 years. Defend what you have built with Defense Soap. And coming up next, we're going to go to 100 pounds. Jacqueline Bouzakis taking on Haley Delgado.
The sport of wrestling provides so many with a bigger purpose. Wrestling becomes a part of you. You're faced with so many challenges in the sport, but skin infections shouldn't have to be one of them. And that's our mission. Defense Soap was created out of the need to fight back, because we care about this sport, the families, the athletes, the coaches, and we want to continue to protect people from skin infections, to keep you on the mat. And that's our goal here at Defense Soap, to defend what you have built.
Pounds from the blue corner, representing the state of Texas, a U17 World Team Trials champion, a U17 Pan Am silver medalist, a 2023 U15 Pan Am gold medalist, ranked number 2 in the country, Haley Delgado. And from the red corner, representing the state of Pennsylvania, she's a U17 World Teams Trial champ, a Fargo champion, a 2023 U17 World's Bronze medalist, number 1 in the country, Jacqueline Bouzakis.
All right, yo, VIP, let's kick it.
I would like nothing more. Haley Delgado from the great state of Texas, trying to show out for El Paso, Texas, in the black, taking on Jacqueline Bouzakis in the red. She's from Pennsylvania. She's also from Wyoming Sem, one of 3 wrestlers with Cornell Robinson in the corner from Wyoming Seminary. They're underway now.
Underway in the red, Jacqueline Bouzakis. In the black, Haley Delgado. First Texan of the evening, Spay.
Yeah, excited for that. She's from the far western portion.
Now short offense position here. Looking for a dump there is Delgado. She's got that elbow left side. That's going to slow things down for Jacqueline Bouzakis, but now cleared out of that position. Doing a good job trying to stay athletic is Delgado and able to avoid giving up the go behind. Good defense from Delgado. That's a good scoring opportunity for any high-level wrestler. There it is. Nice go behind from Jacqueline Bouzakis. Going to jump out to a 2-0 lead.
Real heavy hands there. Delgado's coming up from 95 pounds where she was number 1.
Looking for a turn. She's going to get 2 and 2 more. That's going to make it 6-0. Vicious parterre offense from Jacqueline Bouzakis. A familiar name to wrestling fans. She's looking for more. That's 8. One more would end it. 2 offered. Are they going to say she got defensible? And that's it. 10-0, Jacqueline Bouzakis.
Oh, wow.
And we're going to see a brick here. And I don't think this is a bad brick because I'm not sure that last one, if she got to a defensible position. That's the thing in freestyle wrestling. If you get turned, you have to be able to kind of get to what they call a defensible position. But for your purposes, just think you got to get back to your belly.
Yeah, and it's these kind of challenges are tough. I wish they would let them play out a little bit more, because would Jacqueline have been able to get another turn if they had let things go? I'm guessing yes.
I was thinking the same thing.
She was attacking in parterre, but also I don't think that was a legit extra turn there.
Yeah. With Jacqueline Bouzakis, a familiar last name to wrestling fans. Her brother Nick, the 133-pounder for Ohio State. Her other brother Vince, a stud as well on the high school level. And now Jacqueline, you're seeing exactly what she's capable of, a potential 10-0 win here in the first minute. And we're seeing what got her on top, that go behind, and then she immediately went kind of a hybrid, you know, they kind of lace through the legs, between the legs, and trap arm takes her through. Not a common turn you see, and that's two of the turns. Those are all legit, but those are not the turns really in question right now. It's those final two turns that really you wonder. That's two. Did she get back to it? To me, that's the two they gave. I think we'll see this call reversed. That's my prediction. But the same people that made the call are also reviewing it.
That is also true, and I agree with you that I would not call that two, but we'll see what the actual call is going to be. Whatever happens, don't write Haley Delgado off. She is just 14 years old.
Oh my gosh.
One of the youngest. She's already got a U15 Pan Am gold last year. This year, her first year eligible for U17, she won a Pan Am silver. And she was the U17 World Team Trials champion. So she made the U17 team at her first year eligible. Jacqueline, though, very experienced. She's also a U17 World Team Trials champion. So two U17 World Team members meeting. It's Delgado moving up a weight, trying to compete at who's number one, or trying to compete at 100 pounds. But you saw good defense of that first attack by Bouzakis. But then once she got that takedown, it was like parterre mode. Got turned on, and Bouzakis did not look back.
Still taking a look at the situation, and it looks like we have a ruling.
So the ruling is in.
2 and 2. All right, that's confirmed. And one failed challenge, so that's going to do it. They are going to confirm the call on the mat. Jacqueline Bouzakis, an 11-0 winner after that failed challenge.
It's a tough way to take the loss for Delgado, but you see the sportsmanship there from Jacqueline Bouzakis. And, you know, a lot of these girls, they make world teams together. They're friends off the mat, but competitors on the mat. And what a competitor Jacqueline Bouzakis is.
Yeah, no question about it. Man, how bright is the future for USA Wrestling? Coach Terry Steiner has got to be watching this fired up about the talent pipeline that's headed to Team USA.
I couldn't agree more. The savviness just jumps every time we see one of these high-level competitions. I'm always impressed. And these two young wrestlers, they have great futures. We're not done watching matches of them on big stages. But number one, Jacqueline Bouzakis is going to hold on to that ranking for at least another couple weeks.
And coming up next, 110 pounds, Heather Crull, going to be taking on Taylor Whiting.
And we'll move on to 110 pounds from the blue corner, coming from the state of Wisconsin. She's a Fargo champion, a U17 World Team Trials placer, and also a 2023 Fargo place winner. Ranked number 2 in the country, Taylor Whiting. And her opponent in red comes from Indiana. She's a U23 World Teams Trial champ, a U23 Pan Am bronze medalist, a Fargo champion, and a 2023 U17 World's bronze medalist. Ranked number 1 in the country, Heather Crull.
All right, ready to rock and roll here at 110 pounds, Spay.
Yeah, Heather Crull brings a whole lot of credentials. She won a medal at the U17 World Championships last year. Now she made the U23 World Team this year. That's yet to happen, so she's going to be going overseas for that. From Red Cobra Wrestling Club in Indiana, they produced a lot of talent. And Taylor Whiting, you may know her brother, a lot of family affairs, Clay Whiting, wrestler at Minnesota right now.
And we are underway at 110. Heather Crull in the red, taking on Whiting in the black. And a little pass-by attempt there by Whiting, not there. Fighting inside is Crull, and there's a shot by Whiting, single leg. Fighting the head down is Crull, but it's Whiting fighting up, standing single leg. Great position here. Now doubling off, close, and that's gonna be 2. Great finish there, transition to the lace. What a job by Whiting, 4-0. That was a tough finish.
Tough finish and beautiful transition, getting greedy for those points in parterre. Great job by Whiting. So now Crull in an early deficit. A lot of match to go, but that's what Whiting needed if she's going to pull off this upset.
Great Barzagar finish there. Drop right into the leg lace. Fantastic job there. Whiting setting the tone here, 4-0, and there's an attack from Crull. But Whiting defends well, pulls up with a 2-on-1.
Whiting in the black uniform from Wisconsin, Fargo champion, U17 World Team Trials placer. Currently ranked number 2.
There's a shot by Crull. Good position to finish here. She's got that bottom leg trap. Good job scooping there. That's going to improve her likelihood of finishing, but Whiting not going to finish defending, but there it is. 2 takedown. Looks like no transition to a turn, at least not yet. Crull narrows the lead of Whiting down to 2. Working on a gut wrench, has that lock on the right side. Back up they go, minute 16 to go. Great early action here, Spay.
Yeah, I'd love to see it. No thoughts of passivity for these referees.
Good hard left club there by Whiting. And passes by the elbow or elbow pull to the shot, but Crull able to stop it. Front headlock there for Crull as she drops down to the leg, drops into a single. She's in good position to finish, but it's a nice whizzer by Whiting, slowing things down. Trying to get behind that foot is Crull. And looking very comfortable defending from that whizzer is Taylor Whiting, and she's able to do so, at least so far, in the zone now. Keeps that knee on the mat, wisely so. High mat IQ, she is grounded. She won't be able to give up a step out point as long as her knees remain on the mat. That was super savvy by Whiting.
That was great wrestling, and you see how comfortable they are in these positions. They're not strangers to these high-level flurries.
25 seconds to go. Taylor Whiting still in the lead, 4-2.
I love the back and forth action. They're just both firing off shots, giving no ground.
Pretty even start. The only difference is the transition from takedown to turn as Crull fires a nice single leg. She's on the foot, needs to get above the knee maybe to beat that whizzer. She's trying to limp arm out actually. 4 seconds to get the finish as she tries to cut it back. Kind of a desperation attempt, but time runs out. Wow, Crull was so close there, ran out of time. Another 10 seconds there, we might have seen 2 go up for Crull, but as it stands, 4-2 at the break.
Yeah, love the back and forth. Just like how the flurries are going from both wrestlers initiating action, both wrestlers with some great counters. There's that greedy 2-point transition lace from Whiting. That gives her the lead that she still has. The Crull not backing down, not giving an inch. Hooks that bottom leg, got to pop her head, and then she gets the 2 there.
Great first period. Can't wait for this second period to get underway. And it is. As Crull comes out, gonna get snapped down to her hands, but able to recover. Underhook on the left side for Whiting. She's got the elbow with the right. As she looks to level change under it. Now comes up with a underhook again on that left side after the attack.
Great setup. Good defense from Crull.
And there's another shot by Whiting, but trying to throw it by is Crull. And Whiting's got to be careful with some of these attacks. She's kind of she's taking attacks when she's not in great position with her hands. Don't want to get that thrown by, as it's a right side elbow control there for Crull. And there's a shot by Crull. Kind of goes double to single once again on this whizzer. I think Crull in a little better position to finish here. Will she stay on the leg or maybe go to a body lock? Let's see. She gets trying to get both knees behind that knee. The flexibility of Whiting slowing things down for Crull. She's in position to finish here, but can she do so? Nothing yet. Minute 40 to go.
I'm glad.
And they're going to stalemate it. They'll give you time to work, but if you're not progressing, they'll get you back up.
Yeah. Well, we'll see how much that took out of both wrestlers. You see some big breaths from them. Need to get that lung capacity going.
Yeah, there's been a lot of exchanges here that can definitely tax your conditioning a little bit, or at least test it, as we're coming up on the final 90 seconds.
And then those 2 minutes that a lot of them have not been wrestling at the U17 or 16U level. We're past the 4 minutes. Now we're into the senior level 6-minute bouts.
Minute 10 to go. Pressuring forward is Whiting. Crull needs to find her way to 2 points. If she gets a takedown, she's in the lead. A 2-pointer will put her in the lead via criteria. Minute to go. Another shot, no setup there from Crull, but now she transitions. Similar position, she's got to beat this. Oh, they stop it. And they didn't like the way that was going against the joint for Crull.
The score will remain 4-2 in favor of Whiting.
And gonna get a little attention from the coach here. Make sure she's healthy and able to continue this final 50 seconds.
Yeah, Crull.
For Crull from that position, I don't think she needs to go desperation mode there. I think when you get that deep of a seatbelt position, it's a position she can definitely score. Right there, this is her position. You don't have to crank that over like that.
Yeah, it's right on the border.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure that's
I think
illegal.
I think if you go overseas and hit that, they're going to let that go, usually, but you never know. Every match is going to be a little bit different with that regards.
All right, final 50. Crull needs a 2. Whiting going to try to hold on this last 45 seconds. We'll see if she takes any attacks and attempts to give a little insurance for herself. Good level change there from Whiting, kind of keeping Crull at bay, but answered well by Crull. 30 seconds to go. And for Crull, the finishes have not come fast. You think she's gonna have to attack soon, and now this is not the position she wants to be in short offense. They'll put it back up. She's gonna have one final opportunity. 14 seconds for Crull, or Taylor Whiting gonna pull off the upset.
Crunch seconds, under 10.
And can't clear out of the ties. Goes for an arm throw attempt. Whiting gonna stay baseline, and that's gonna do a 4-2 win for Taylor Whiting of Wisconsin.
Very impressive.
Taylor Whiting from Wisconsin, your winner at 110 pounds.
A very gutsy match. kudos to Heather Crull for taking the match with a very busy schedule, a lot of tournaments. She's going overseas later at U23s, and Taylor Whiting showing why you wrestle these matches. Great defense, and the 4 points were all she needed. Another look at that takedown and turn. Another look at Crull getting back on the board, or on the board for the first time, I should say.
The difference in this one was that turn for Taylor Whiting. And of course, coming up next, we're gonna go up to 140 pounds where it's gonna be Bella Williams, #1, taking on #2, Isis France.
Moving on to 140 pounds. In the blue corner, from Arizona, she's a U17 World Team Trials finalist, a Fargo champion, ranked #2 in the country, Isis France. And in the red corner, from the state of Oklahoma, she's a U17 World Team Trials champion, a U17 Pan Am gold medalist, and a 2023 Fargo double champ, currently ranked #1 in the country, Bella Williams.
It's gonna be Bella Williams in the red, Isis France in the black.
This is one of the more fun rivalries in the high school level in girls wrestling. They went best 2 out of 3 at the U17 World Team Trials. Williams won the first and the third bout. France took that second one. This is round 4, very evenly matched.
Yeah.
Williams, the 1 seed, so technically would be an upset, but more like a toss-up. And there's 4 Fargo stop signs between these two wrestlers, 2 each.
A lot of credentials, not much separating these two as we're underway at 140 pounds. Again, it's Isis France in the black uniform. Bella Williams in the red.
France originally from Arizona, part of the Wyoming SEM team that has 3 girls here on the girls slate.
Forehead to forehead. Now Isis France trying to snap out of it. Gets inside control on the left as they clear. First 40 seconds in the books, no score yet. There's a shot by Williams, not there. And there's a collar and ankle, but wasn't able to pull that head down far enough and get the finish. Goes to a slide-by attempt. Isis France, a lot of attempts, coming up empty-handed so far, and she's gonna get warned for passivity. And if you're confused, it's not so much about your offensive attempts that gives you favor with the officials. It's kind of your position on the mat. They said Williams did a better job holding center, and so that's why the first warning will go against Isis France.
Certainly more attempts at offense from France. We'll see if she can keep that going and finish one there. Was real close. You heard the crowd when she had her hand on that ankle, the back of the ankle and the head, but good defense from Williams.
And we're 90 in, still scoreless. And France once again going to get warned for passivity. This time she'll go on the shot clock. Minute 16 in, to go in the first.
Williams with an interesting background. She's wrestles at Edmond North in Oklahoma, but originally from Hawaii, moved around a little bit before settling in Oklahoma, yeah. That's where she first got introduced to wrestling and other combat sports in Hawaii.
And time will run out in that shot clock. Going to be a point for Bella Williams. 40 to go here in the first.
35 seconds remaining in the first.
Very tactical first period. These are familiar foes, so.
Hard hand fight from France, but hasn't been able to follow it up with too many attacks since the opening flurry. I think this is going to be our first 1-0 at the end of the first period. It's been a lot of points going up on the board in the opening matches.
Yeah, and an active 1-0, but sometimes that happens.
Slide by Whoop. Almost had it. Got to pass that elbow through. As it's going to be 1-0 for Bella Williams at the break, but she can't rest on that. High likelihood she gets put on the shot clock if this match continues similarly like we saw in the first period.
That's right. Good towel flapping. These guys brought the towels from the hotels.
That's smart.
Yeah, I never understand when the wrestlers are in a venue, at a hotel, staying at a hotel clearly, and then they're still doing the t-shirt wipe down.
The itty-bitty towels.
Yeah. Just grab one. Hotel's got plenty of them. Close up of France. As she gets back, saunters to the center of the mat for second period.
Second period now underway here between Williams and France. And it's Williams continuing to hold center. And if Isis can't change that, there's a chance she's going to go on the clock again. And it's going to be red is offered by the judge, and I think that they want to see Williams put on the shot clock. And I think regardless of the position on the mat, the lack of attempts from Bella Williams merits her going on the shot clock.
Yeah,
just spiritually.
It's
right?
it's part art, mostly art, sometimes more than it is science for the activity clocks. But you watch enough matches, get a little experience, it'll make more sense.
2:15 to go. Just one warning against Bella Williams, trying to get a little bit of activity going. And once again tries that slide by. This time Bella Williams attempts to drop to that single, can't get in. Nice hard snap by Isis France. Can't follow it up though.
I say truly anyone's bout at this point.
Yeah, 1-0. Any point would put France into the lead. Forehead to forehead they go. And we're going to see Williams go on the shot clock. She's got 30 to score.
And Williams gets warned again. We'll go on the
Really important 30 seconds right now. Very
1
pivotal.
minute and 30 seconds to go in the match. Remember, there are no ties in freestyle. Criteria will come.
And crowding well is Bella Williams, but cannot get that step out. Good job circling back in, but she's got that underhook on right side, does Williams. The point gonna go up for Isis France. She leads 1-1.
Now Williams in the same position. Any score whatsoever, any 1 point, she's got the lead outright.
She's gonna need a point one way or the other, or Isis France gonna take this one.
We hope they think it's time to go for broke. There's no
Slide by in good position here, fighting hands. Bella Williams in position to score, pulling the foot. That's 2, I believe. And they're gonna say, let's see. They're gonna go 2 red Williams, that's the right call. Isis tried to defend, can't do it. And it's Bella Williams now in the driver's seat, up 3-1. Able to convert that slide by for 2. They're gonna go back up. So Isis France gonna have one last opportunity. A takedown would put Isis into the lead, but she's gotta generate some offense.
That's right. 1 point won't do it. More than a step out is needed.
Underhook on that right side. France gonna shoot. 8 seconds to go. Front headlock, tight squeeze from Bella Williams. Gotta go for broke if you're Isis France, but gonna come up just short. It's a 3-1 win for Oklahoma's Bella Williams.
Clutch takedown when she needed it, she got it.
From the red corner and the state of Oklahoma, Bella
So a tight bout, familiar opponents.
Yeah.
Won't be the last time they wrestle, most likely. Both wrestlers have great attitudes when it comes to competing. See smiles on their faces when they're out on the mat. But here's that takedown, gets rear standing. France reaches back for a heel, pulls it up, but wasn't going to get her a score. Good idea. But Williams victorious, another angle at that final flurry. And that was the difference in that match.
This event is sponsored by Dolomer, the official mat of Flow Sports. All Flow Wrestling events, including tonight's, will be wrestled on Dolomer mats, the undisputed leader in sports surfaces.
Good looking mat, I have to say.
I agree. Coming up next, 120 pounds, Isabella Marie Gonzalez taking on Savannah Witt, #1 versus #2.
Next up at 120 pounds from the blue corner, representing the great state of Pennsylvania. She's a Pennsylvania state champion, a Fargo finalist, a 4-time Fargo place winner. And from the red corner, coming all the way from California, she's a U17 World Teams Trials champion, a 3-time Pan Am gold medalist. This is her second Who's Number 1, ranked #1 in the country, Isabella Marie Gonzalez.
We're going coast to coast with this one. Savannah Witt from Pennsylvania's got the Pennsylvania crowd here into it, and Bella Gonzalez from California. They're going to face off at 120 pounds. Gonzalez has that #1 ranking.
All right, underway, 120 in the red. Isabella Marie Gonzalez. And in the blue, Savannah Witt, or in the black, excuse me. Blue on your scoreboard. Hard snap by Witt as she drops a leg, but it's a great re-attack by Gonzalez. She's in position to score and does score. Striking early is Gonzalez. She's going assassin maybe, now drops down to the leg. Maybe looking near side cradle, head right in the ribs there. Aggressive start from Gonzalez.
Yeah, she's from Fresno, one of the main wrestling hubs on the West Coast.
Oh, another shot there by Gonzalez, trying to finish out the back door. Glued tight is Witt. She's almost giving up exposure. She's trying to lock through the crotch and roll through Gonzalez. Gonna be tough to do. Gonzalez has pretty good position here, but doesn't look like she's gonna try to finish, and that will get stalemated.
Witt from Pennsylvania, Pennsylvania state champion, Fargo finalist.
And Gonzalez back to center quickly. Ready to get back to action. We are underway. There's a 2-on-1, and now reaching inside there was Witt, not there though. Good head position there by Witt.
Yeah, good job by Witt weathering that storm. Gonzalez came out to a fast start. Now she slowed things down.
Yeah, wrestling out of the ties here. Minute 35 to go. It's a 2-on-1 still for Gonzalez. Forehead to forehead, fighting wrists. Looking for controls with 120 to go. Back in on that same single leg as Gonzalez. But it's good defense here from Witt. And she's locked through the crotch. Chirella position here. And trying to counter. It would be 2 black. Great job by Witt. That was fantastic defense. She went to the Chirella defense, rolled her through, and able to come away with 2 points. And that can be a tough call for some officials, but they understood what was happening, that Savannah was initiating that action. Even though she rolled across her back, that's okay, because she was doing it to expose Gonzalez, and now that's why she is now leading 2-2.
Yeah, I like the way she kept her composure in there. That scramble, didn't get frustrated or anything, stuck to her guns and got that counter. 2 points, and now has the lead via criteria.
2-on-1 now for Witt. Cleared out. And Gonzalez now defending that front headlock. And they clear out, 33 to go. Oh, high double leg. What's going to be the call here? 4 red offered. The judge says 4 red confirmed. But in big trouble here potentially. Savannah Witt will go a quarter. Nelson, could she take her over? This is a potential pinning combination. If she can get her leg out, she's trying. That's going to be at least 1 reverse. That's 2 on the exposure. And that's big trouble potentially, but good job defending by Gonzalez. Able to fight that off.
Gonna need an ice pack for that neck. Wow.
Great exchange to end that one. A big 4 for Gonzalez, but it's Witt continuing to wrestle through the position, puts that quarter Nelson on, and able to get the counter too.
Love the explosiveness from Gonzalez, but love the calm demeanor from Witt to get those counters. And that's why she's only 2 points down. But a big 4-point throw from Gonzalez. That may come into factor for the criteria down the line. Gonzalez will still hold the lead if Witt gets a 2-point move.
That's exactly right. That highest scoring move is the first criteria. So if you got a 4 and your opponent doesn't, you're going to win if the score's tied at the end of the match. Second period underway. Savannah Witt going to have to find her way to a 7th point at least. Sweep single again for Gonzalez, who's got a nice fan base here from California, making the trip across the country.
Yeah, love to see that. Love to see that support. Takes a village.
2-on-1 again, now cleared out. We're 30 seconds into the second period. Stutter fake. Good movement from Gonzalez. Feels like for her single leg, she's got to have a really good setup. Oh, perfect. Goes head to the leg amazingly well does Gonzalez. Now she's backside. Great position to score here. Has got it shelf now back. Defending quad pod is Savannah Witt. Puts in the boot, and that's going to be 2. Great finish there by Gonzalez. It's 8-4. And she's saying Witt needs to open up, but she's open. The legs in kind of complicates things. They'll go back up.
Those 2 legs kind of limit the options of how open Witt could get at that point. Love the finish there, taking the leg, dragging it back to put Witt on her heels, and then pouncing to finish that off for 2. And now 8-4 the lead for Gonzalez.
Really smooth sequence there from Gonzalez, going from the short offense, dropping into the leg. On that finish now, 1:40 to go here in the second period. Driver's seat now for Isabella Marie Gonzalez.
And Witt's points have come off counters. So can she generate her own offense is the question now.
Single leg for Witt. She's in, but very extended. Defending well is Gonzalez. She's fighting her hips in. Locking on that far ankle is Gonzalez, trying to pull that elbow up and break the lock. Witt not giving up on the single leg, but it's going to get stalemated. Minute to go.
Yeah, Witt feeling the pressure, has to get some offense going. Felt she needed to take a shot. Gonzalez was well prepared for it. Chewed up some clock. Now we have 1 minute to go and still a 4-point lead for Gonzalez.
Oh, good shot. Nice high crotch by Witt. Looking to finish here. This would be big. This would keep her in the match. She's going to get 2. Can she get a turn going? 44 to go. It's 8-6. But Witt's going to need to get to 9 points with the criteria factor. And probably a quick stand-up's going to help her. And now 36 seconds. Witt's going to need either a 4-pointer or 2 scores here to get in the lead.
Do we have a little bit of blood?
A little bit of blood time. First blood time of the evening.
Yeah.
I don't know who's bleeding.
This has been bout of the evening so far, and
yeah, great back and forth.
Just going to get tougher and tougher as we go up this wrestling card. Witt really pounced on that opportunity. Lightning strike on Gonzalez. Saw the opening in her defense, hit the high C.
Clean high crotch.
Yeah. And now 36 seconds for 3 points.
Shout out to the refs, well deserved.
Yeah, very clean set about so far. They're on top of everything.
Training staff here at University of Pittsburgh at Johnstown.
Trying to figure out what's bleeding on Bella Gonzalez. I think maybe above her eye.
Yeah. Dang. Bella's got some merch. Her coach's got a fire shirt on.
Both coaches in the Bella gear.
All right, we're back, and right away, trying to open something up is Savannah Witt. 30 seconds to go. She's gonna need to get to 9 points. 8 won't do it. Gonzalez realizes she can play mostly defense here in the final 20 seconds. Nice shot. Body lock here for Witt. That's gonna be 2. Can she get 2 on top of it? Can she get the gut? 8-8 on the scoreboard. But it's Gonzalez with criteria, and she might have tipped there for 2. Half, can she take her over? Time is out. And we've got a brick on the mat. And this is gonna be tight. I'm not entirely sure that she didn't expose there. Could it be a 4? Could it be a 2-2? This call, this challenge is gonna determine the winner, Spay.
Going down to the wire. Love that effort. You can hear the Pennsylvania crowd getting behind Savannah. And those officials that we just shouted out are gonna take a nice long look at this one. And we're gonna take a look at that on the replay. There's nice double leg to get it tight, and then they go down to the mat. Is there 90? I don't see 90 there. So. I don't see past 90.
About 94. Got to be 90 or less. It's close. Oh my gracious. It seemed like once she was on her hip, she could have just continued the action, maybe gutted her through that right side, but yeah. I don't. After seeing it again a second time, I think the call is going to stand. I think it's going to be an 8-8 final, plus the lost challenge, 9-8 for Gonzalez. But man, what an effort by Witt at the very end.
Absolutely.
We're going to get another angle of this. We'll see what that reveals.
And butterflies in the stomach for these two wrestlers. This is not going to show anything here. So they're looking at it. There's the power half in the final
Definitely
seconds.
Doesn't go over here. All right, we're watching the mat chairman. They're going to say, they're giving the brick back.
Is that because the match is over? Or is
I think it's because the match is over. 2 blue. And then 1 red for lost challenge. Isabella Marie Gonzalez, your winner. 9-8 final match of the night so far, Spay.
Absolutely, goes down to the wire. Great offense and defense, counters and attacks. Both wrestlers have a lot to be proud of.
Absolutely, great bout. Let's take a look at some of that action. It got started here with this great leg attack off the short offense, and then we saw some expert defense here from Witt, taking her through for 2. This big 4 was the difference in criteria. And able to hold on was Isabella Marie Gonzalez.
She's going to need a lot of ice for that neck. There were a couple positions where she was holding on by neck muscle and grit alone.
Very physical bout. Take a look at the UPJ warm-up room.
Look at all those names.
Boys and girls getting warmed up, getting ready.
Look at the history in that room.
Oh yeah, unbelievable.
D2 powerhouse for decades and decades.
And we're gonna be moving on up to 125. Everest Leydecker taking on Michaela James. Crowd going crazy here for the t-shirt toss. Our QB1, Tim Rice, launching some shirts into the crowd. Amazing atmosphere. As Spey and I mentioned already, sold out crowd. Johnstown showed up for Who's Number One.
They really did. You can feel the wrestling energy everywhere you go when you.
In the blue corner, coming to us from California, she's a Fargo champion, ranked number 2 in the country, Michaela James. And in the red corner from Arizona, she's a U17 and a U20 Pan Am gold medalist, a U17 World Team Trials champion, a 2023 World Team Trials champion, and a 2022 Fargo champion, ranked number 1 in the country, Everest Leydecker.
A little West Coast flavor here. Cali versus Arizona, Spey. Michaela James from California, Everest Leydecker from Arizona.
This is Leydecker's third Who's Number One.
Not bad.
Setting records. She's going to try to win it also for her third time.
Wow.
And her opponent is making her Who's Number One debut, but once upon a time, it was Everest that won Fargo and then made it to Who's Number One.
We are now underway, 125 pounds. Everest Leydecker in the red, Michaela James in the black. Early goings here between Leydecker in the red, and she's got good control tie, sweep single. Michaela James now looking to circle behind is Leydecker. She's got that ankle. That's going to get her in great position for the finish. As she steps behind, And gonna get at least one here, and that is one, in fact, for Everest Leydecker. She scores first 1-0, 33 in. And it was the hand fight and positioning that set that up for Leydecker, able to drop onto that ankle, finish with a single leg standing for that step out. Good head position there. Now, Leydecker with that left side underhook once again has her in the zone, and what's that should be four? Four confirmed for Leydecker, 5-0 just like that, 57 seconds in.
Yeah, James relaxed a little too early at the edge of that mat. Leydecker took advantage.
Yeah, it seemed like she assumed the step out, and Leydecker kept driving for that finish. She's back in on another shot. Holy cow, that should be another four, and it is. It's 9-0. Once again, relaxing on the edge, really proving costly here for Michaela James, and now Leydecker a point away from a quick tech.
Yeah, you see, a lot of wrestlers will up the energy level when you get to the edge of the mat. But
single leg now looking to go behind is Leydecker. She's got that ankle again. 11-0, that's it. Just a minute 25 necessary, and Everest holds up the three, signifying 3 wins here at Who's Number One.
Yeah, big smiles for Everest. Well earned. Her walkout and playout song, The Champ is Here, very apropos at the moment. She's got a lot of international experience too, a U20 and a U17 Pan Am gold medal.
We're gonna be back with 135 pounds right after this.
At 135 pounds from the state of Pennsylvania. She's a Pennsylvania state champ, U17 World Team Trials finalist, a 2023 Fargo finalist, number 2 in the country, Jordan Fouse. And wearing the red from Maryland, she's a U17 world gold medalist, a Fargo champion, a 3-time U15 Pan Am gold medalist. This is her second Who Number 1 event, Taina Fernandez.
And it's Taina Fernandez coming out, a lot of energy in the red. Gonna be taking on Jordan Fouse, and a lot of excitement about this match, Spay. Why is that?
It is because Jordan Fouse is a local of Johnstown, PA. She attends Bishop McCourt High School, and because people know that Taina Fernandez is one of the best wrestlers in America, she's a U17 gold medalist, just got back from Amman, Jordan with the gold.
And now we are underway at 135 pounds. Furious start here. Physical hand fight to set the tone here. It's a 2-on-1 for Taina Fernandez to get things started. Now cleared out, hard club. You can hear it from here, Spay. Jordan Fouse trying to match the physicality of Taina Fernandez.
Yeah, Fouse has her work cut out for her, but you can guarantee she's been working on this. All the Bishop McCourt guys and coaches, teammates have been circling this day. She wants to perform well, and she's got a very tough opponent. I can't remember the last time Taina Fernandez lost to somebody, with 2 Tainas here, lost to somebody in the U.S.
Big right-handed club there, gets a ooh from the crowd. And yeah, they're gonna have to have a little chat.
Crowd likes it though.
Fouse just trying to find where the line is.
Yeah.
Located. Underhook on the right side for Fernandez. She's got an underhook on that right side, clears out, drops into the leg, and lifts. What's going to be the call here? Could be points for Fernandez. 4 red, 2 blue offered. I believe that's the right call. Let's see what goes up on the board. And then 1 reversal should make it 5-2. Instead, it's going to be 3-2. And looking for a lace is Fernandez. She's going to get it. 2 more points. This could be big trouble. Fouse has got to defend. 7-2 on the scoreboard. Looking for more. Trying to reset the position is Taina Fernandez. Nothing yet. And it's 7-2 when the dust settles. Holy cow, what a start here as the Taina Fernandez crew goes nuts in the crowd.
Yeah, that's Fernandez usually finishes those. She techs and pins pretty much everybody, not just in the U.S., but in the country or in the world. Teched and pinned her way to a U17 gold, teched and pinned her way to all domestic tournaments, except the College Open where she lost to a Canadian senior level athlete 10 years her senior.
Holy cow.
Other than that, techs and pins are what Taina gets.
She's back on that 2-on-1.
But good on Fouse for that counter and stopping that leg lace too. That's no easy thing.
Absolutely well defended. And they're trying to keep the hands out of the face. 7-2 on the scoreboard, 38 seconds to go in the first period. We'll see if we get one more flurry before the period ends. Good head position there for Fouse. Pulling on the head is Fouse.
20 seconds to go in this
trying to find an opening. Now looking to score short offense is Fouse. Elbow control for Fernandez, 3 seconds to go. And not gonna be able to convert as the period comes to an end. 7-2 lead for Taina Fernandez at the break.
Yeah, typical Fernandez. She's quick on her shots, quick on the entry, and then she goes to that lace where usually that's a match ender. So credit to Fouse. They've wrestled before, and it was a tech fall for Fernandez, but Fouse came out here with a nice game plan, and then she fought off that leg lace, gave herself an opportunity to come back, and then I like that front headlock she had there. She was moving Fernandez around a little bit.
Taina's still too sweaty. Gonna towel off one more time.
Yep. Father in her corner from Bowie, Maryland. A lot of, got the Maryland flag as the towel too. Maybe one of the best flags on all 50 states. Just a little editorial there for you.
It stands out. Okay, underway second period. The physicality not stopping. The hands are flying. Taina opts for the right side underhook to get things started. Over collar there for Fouse, now cleared. We're 30 seconds into the second period. Left-handed single leg for Taina Fernandez. What's gonna be the call here? For blue offered too, we'll see.
Oh, how about that counter?
Points not on the board yet. Trying to see what was confirmed. I believe for blue, for Fouse got confirmed. They got to throw some points up. And they're gonna conference here. I think the mat chairman, what I think is happening here, the mat chairman's like, I think this is actually Taina's 4.
And then a 2.
And then a 2. I think that's ultimately what the right call is, and I think he's gonna try to
talk it over. They're gonna talk it out.
over.
And that's what these conferences are. When you can't get an agreement, or sometimes the chairman just kind of has his way there.
Yeah. So we'll see. I feel like Taina is owed points. We can see maybe take a look at that leg attack from Taina. It's her left-handed single, kind of drops her on her back, which you would think would be 4 for Taina, but Fouse does take her through and expose. I believe both athletes should get some points out of this sequence. Yeah. They're gonna go back and we're gonna get another call here.
The 4-2, 4 red, 2 blue would make sense to me, but we'll see.
And so 4, wow.
4 red, and then with an armbar in, they go back to neutral, and that's big for Fouse, getting the 4-point for criteria.
So they say that was all Fouse, and then they gave Taina the reversal, and it's Fouse gonna shoot right away. It's 8-6. Fernandez lead just by 2, and now drops to that single leg, trying to double off, and does. That's gonna be 2 for Fernandez. What a match, as it's 10-6 now for Taina Fernandez. She's working on a leg lace. Fouse trying to defend, and does.
Nice re-attack. Fernandez trying to stick to her guns. Fouse still in this. That 4-pointer that she just got awarded is gonna come in handy.
It's a 4 apiece now, but I believe 2 2s would get it done for Fouse criteria-wise.
Yep, then if they're tied on 4s, you go to last score. Or if you have more 2s.
2-on-1 there. Stepping behind, single leg. Taina Fernandez not gonna stop attacking. Doubles off again, a more of a safe finish. Has her in the zone. Can she work for a finish and get herself some insurance points? And they're gonna say grounded, no points for Taina Fernandez. Minute 5 to go, they'll go back to center.
Yeah, that's some guts for Fouse. She is not giving up an inch or any position. Final minute. Got the crowd going too. Local fans here supporting Fouse, but Fernandez has good crew as well.
Chest to chest they go, 45 left here in the second period. Fouse has got to find some points and needs to find them in a hurry. It's a very tough Taina Fernandez.
Yeah, she's got more accolades than we have time to recount, so just getting to this point is a moral victory for Fouse.
Absolutely, but she wants more than that. She takes a high crotch, but it's great baseline defense from Taina Fernandez. Maybe gonna put the final nail in the coffin here. She takes a 12-6 lead, 10 seconds to go. And they'll go back up on their feet. Final 9 seconds of this bout. Jordan Fouse knows she's got to go desperation, upper body. 5 seconds remaining, underhook on the left side. And it's gonna be one final shot for Taina Fernandez. As this one comes to an end, it's gonna be a 14-6 final for Taina Fernandez.
What a fun bout. Fernandez maybe a little bit more than she was expecting from an opponent she's beaten before. So credit to Fouse putting on a show and making that a very competitive and very fun bout. Fernandez is your Who's Number One champ. Back-to-back Who's Number One wins. And this could have been it. As we watch on the replay, Fernandez usually gets these, but Fouse held off that last turn. Fouse got her 4, and that really made this a competitive bout, but Fernandez would not be denied. You see the rest of her scores. Caps off the highest scoring bout of the day.
Cliff Keen, the name trusted by wrestlers worldwide. From the practice room to the biggest stages, we stand with champions. Scan the code to check out our exclusive Who's Number One gear and see why Cliff Keen is where greatness begins. Coming up next, 115 pounds, we're gonna have Epinesa Ellison taking on Charlie Witt.
Leadership in wrestling is unique because you have to find the ability to not only lead a group of people, but lead yourself. Leading yourself is a very difficult challenge, but if you can find, a way to do it, you can really battle through any adversity in not only wrestling, but in life.
Up next at 115 pounds, from the blue corner and the state of New Jersey, she's a Fargo champion, a U17 World Team Trials finalist, ranked number 2 in the country, Charlie Wylie. And in the red corner from California, she's a U17 World Team Trials champion, a 2-time U15 Pan Am gold medalist, Epinesa Ellison.
Now on the mat, 115 in the black. That's Charlie Wylie. Going to be taking on Epinesa Ellison in the red.
A lot of hype, deserved hype around Epinesa Ellison. One of the youngest wrestlers here and already making U17 world teams. Charlie Wylie from New Jersey, wrestles at Port Jervis, New York, where the Bannock brothers are from, if you remember a little old wrestling history. But she is a proud New Jerseyan.
We are underway, and aren't they all? Proud New Jersey. This is a left-handed single right away from Epinesa Ellison. Looking to finish. Nice whizzer there by Charlie Wylie. Epinesa not giving up on that single leg, but needs to maybe get above that knee. No, she gets a little height. Not bad position. There's going to be 2. Great perseverance on that opening single from Epinesa Ellison. She'll jump out to a 2-0 lead to get this started.
Yes, from Southern California, Ellison, coached by Ruben Valencia. Part of that Monster Garage club team that has lots of great talent coming out of there.
I'm not sure any institution has been more represented than Monster Garage and Ruben Valencia. Seems like every year he's got a handful of wrestlers.
A mainstay here at Who's Number One.
Absolutely.
She's a Fargo champion and a U17 World Team Trials finalist.
Let's see what the response is from Charlie Wylie. She tries to get into the lead here as Epinesa Ellison clears out the 2-on-1. Double leg, that's one way to do it. Drives off the mat, and that's gonna be 1. Good response by Charlie Wylie. Gets that single leg, doesn't bother wasting a lot of time on the finish, and then right away that same left-handed single leg, that is pretty, and there's 2 more for Epinesa Ellison. What a response after giving up that step out, now a 4-1 lead.
Yeah, expert finish, finished low on those legs, found a way to get leverage and come back up on top, and yes, like you said, great response. 4-1, Ellison leads.
Speaking of Monster Garage, you think about Zahid Valencia and that left-handed single leg. Epinesa Ellison, the next generation here for Monster Garage single leggers. There's another shot by Charlie Wylie, takes her towards the zone. That should be 2, and it is 2, 4-3. Back and forth we go, Spay.
Yeah, how about this? Not backing down from one of the top-ranked wrestlers, pound for pound in the nation. Wylie came out here to put on a show.
Another left-handed single. This time a little slower on the finish as Charlie Wylie gonna pull that near ankle and stop the finish. Minute 8 to go.
We have one more bout remaining on our women's card. We'll finish things off at 105 pounds after this match.
There's an underhook from Charlie Wylie. Trying to pull that head under. Now both knees for Epinesa Ellison, 50 seconds to go. Stalemated.
Yeah, great action.
Yes.
48 seconds remain, 4-3, but non-stop on the mat between these 2 wrestlers.
Now 40 to go. Oh, another left-handed single. This time, cutback finish. That was slick. 6-3, Epinesa Ellison. 30 to go in the first.
Yeah, so smooth on that finish.
2 for Ellison makes it 6-3.
She'd been finishing backdoor. The previous takedowns, this time pops the head to the other side. There's a double leg. Charlie has had a knack for responding after getting scored. Tries to score again. This time it's defended by Epinesa. 10 seconds remaining.
Doesn't look like we're gonna, just as I spoke, I was gonna say we're gonna get another score as they go into a flurry, but we do go to the break, still 6-3, Ellison. Wonderful exchanges, offensive points by both wrestlers.
Very exciting period, high skill level here. You can see the hype with Ellison, but Charlie Wylie continuing to try to look to score. She had a good hard double leg and a step out that has her at 3 points, but still gonna need to find her way to a 7th point at minimum if she wants to beat Epinesa Ellison.
Yeah, Ellison from Southern California. Wylie, Iron Horse Wrestling Club is who she credits to elevating her game. She's just 16, so this is another bout showcasing the future of women's wrestling.
So we are underway in the second. Nice single leg, but a little extended now. Easy transition off the go behind. Dropping down to the ankle. It's going to be 2 more for Epinesa Ellison. It was a good initial attack, but immediately got extended, and Epinesa Ellison able to counter. Makes it 8-3, 2:35 to go.
Got the hammerlock going on the parterre offense. No score, though.
And back underway here. Short offense here for Charlie Wylie, but it's Epinesa Ellison holding that elbow, trying to bounce, snap, find an angle. In that short offense position, you want to get the weight forward so you can run behind, but Epinesa staying back very well.
You see the 2 young wrestlers have drilled that position so many times. They're showing off their high wrestling IQ. Mention it a lot, but that's because they're putting it on display.
Final 2 minutes here. Another left-handed single leg. Trying to beat the Wizard yet again is Epinesa Ellison, and does so. 10-3 now.
Another shot, smooth as a Grammy-winning single by Carlos Santana featuring Rob Thomas.
Man, I'm not ready to keep it together on that one, Spay.
Sorry.
No, don't apologize.
Couldn't help myself. Action underway again.
There's a shot, but this time, wow, just ghosted her. Charlie Wylie on a slick go behind there.
makes it 10-5.
Epinesa was trying to change it up and attack the other leg. And Charlie took it away and was running behind before Epinesa knew what hit her, and it's 10-5, keeping herself in this match.
Yeah, you'd love to see that, the competitiveness.
And now we've got another attempt here, but it's Epinesa backing out of bounds, grounded.
We're into the deep waters of the match again. This is past the 4 minutes that Epinesa is used to wrestling. Wylie too. So what kind of gas tanks do we see from them? 5 points not insurmountable in freestyle with a minute to go.
Not at all, minute 5 to go now.
1 minute remaining in the match.
We haven't had a big comeback yet. We've had some great matches, but no one's had to come far behind for the win as we see another left-handed single from Epinesa Ellison. 45 to go. She's gonna work to finish. She's trying to limp arm out, pull that arm out, and she does. 12-5 now. 7-point lead. A lot of breathing room for Epinesa with 33 to go.
Yeah, that one might have put it out of reach for Wylie. Speaking of reach, you can see Ellison with the height and reach advantage on Wylie.
Cat quick as well.
No backing down from Wylie.
She will not quit, that's for sure. Club and fake, a re-attack there from Ellison. Defended as Wylie gonna try to run behind.
Yeah, Wylie almost went all the way over the top on that re-attack. Almost shot through her opponent with
Now
Ellison.
Epinesa locked in on that single leg, probably be able to hang out there. And that's how this one is gonna end, a 12-5 final for Epinesa Ellison of California.
And that will finish it at 115 pounds. Your #1 wrestler from the state of California, Epinesa Ellison.
15-year-old with some wrestling skills way beyond a typical 15-year-old, and a great fight by Charlie Wylie. Let's see some replays of that very entertaining bout.
No doubt about it.
Ellison's not used to having domestic bouts that go the distance like that. Wylie made her work for it.
Definitely won't be the last we hear of Charlie Wylie either. But today it's Epinesa Ellison, and the story of the day really was those left-handed single legs.
Yeah,
Really
smooth.
no answer for those attacks.
Got her with the slickness on that replay, but Wylie kept attacking. And she got some scores from there. That counter by Ellison. Very impressive.
And coming up next, it's going to be the main event for the women's card. 105, Morgan Turner versus Julia Horger. When we come back.
And for our feature bout of the night at 105 pounds in the blue corner, from the state of Pennsylvania, she's a Pennsylvania state champ, a Fargo champ, number 2 in the country, Julia Horger. And her opponent in the red corner from the state of Illinois, she's a U17 World's Bronze Medalist, a 2023 U17 World Gold Medalist, a 2-time Pan Am Gold Medalist. This is her second appearance at Who's Number One, the number 1 ranked wrestler in the country, Morgan Turner.
Morgan Turner in the red, pound for pound, one of the best wrestlers in the nation. She's got 2 U17 world medals, and she's eligible to win another one next summer. Her opponent up for the challenge from Pennsylvania, Julia Horger, in the black singlet.
This is our main event, the women's portion. Been an amazing card so far. And we are underway, 105, whoopsie. We're gonna have a caution 1 right away. Yeah, you can't do that. That might be a record. 1 second in. You can't do it much faster than that, and it's 1-0 Horger, and it's a shot right away from Morgan Turner. Shin whizzer by Horger. Quarter Nelson there. And now fighting in, not giving up the position. Horger trying to counter. Wow, what a job. She's behind, rear standing, can she get more? Drops it right on her head, that's 2. Horger out to a 3-0 lead, at least that's what was offered. And it was not confirmed by the judging chair, so no points yet. It's still 1-0 Horger.
White paddled, yeah. But what a counter.
Holy cow.
Great exchange, but no points from it.
Number 1 from Turner, wrestling out of Chicago. In on
Nice
a shot.
Single leg from Morgan Turner, but she wasn't able to finish last time. Now in much better position, looking to cut it back. There's gonna be 2. And a leg lace. Big trouble here for Horger. She's got to defend hard on this leg lace as Turner has the potential to end the match from this position. And wow, what defense from Horger. Not going over as they try to detangle there. And now Julia Horger's coach has, yeah, he didn't realize they didn't get a 2. And now, interesting note here, Morgan Turner is cornered by Jordan Burroughs and David Carr. As you see Morgan walking over to Jordan right now, if we can show you.
There he is.
There he is. Just made his 12th World and Olympic team.
An insane number.
An insane number. Going for another world title. Already one of, if not the most decorated wrestler in American history. We're back underway here in the first period.
So 1 minute in, match has delivered the excitement.
And there's a hard double from Morgan Turner. Good whizzer there by Julia Horger. Fighting hard, not giving up. And now wrestling up into the position. Good now for Morgan Turner, almost getting her to her back, but nothing. Julia Horger continuing to wrestle through. Every time you think there's about to be a score, someone counters, that's gonna be 2. And just like that, 6-3. Oh wait, they went 2 Turner and then 1 reversal, okay. Sorry, I'm having a hard time. I'm trying to watch this, the points fly up, but they're going up different from the whistle. So it's 6-2 when the dust settles on that exchange.
Yeah, no challenge brick. I think it's too early for that, but I don't think the corner for Horger was too happy about how that got scored.
And really, it's 2 exchanges where Julia very nearly had a takedown, but unable to quite secure it, at least in the officials' eyes. 56 to go. Nice, timed the hands perfectly to Turner. Drops in on that single, Now trying to transition for more. 8-2 now the score after the finish from Morgan Turner.
The flexibility makes it so hard for the finishes that you expect to happen.
8-2, 29 to go here in the first period. A lot of action in the opening 3 minutes.
The referee stands them back up with 29 seconds remaining in the first period.
Horger right there at every exchange.
A low-level attack. Morgan Turner going to try to finish here. Whizzer from Horger. Above the knee is Morgan Turner. That's decent position, but now trying to limp knee out is Julia Horger. 14 seconds to go. That's another obstacle for Turner to consider. Now she coming standing finish, and she's going to cut it back for 2. 10-2. A turn here would end it. Can she get it? And that's going to do it for the first period. 10-2. Morgan Turner in the lead. She'll head back to her corner. She'll get some words of wisdom from the great Jordan Burroughs. Truly wrestling royalty here. Burroughs on the right. David Carr, two-time NCAA champion for the Iowa State Cyclones, also in the mix.
Yeah, gotta like that that last finish. There's a nice shot at Jordan. All I see is Gold Academy. That's his new wrestling club. You saw Turner trying to really power her way through a lot of positions, and Horger, very crafty, was getting some great counters. That was kind of frustrating Turner, but her last one found a way to crack back on that single leg, finished pretty clean, and now she's in a pretty good position here. 10-2. Next 2-point move will give her the technical fall.
And if you're Horger, you gotta be ready off the whistle. Morgan's been attacking very quickly. There's a shot from Horger. Good level changes. There's a shot, double leg. Trying to fight some hips. Body lock from Morgan Turner. Lift, turn, that's 4, and that's gonna end it. Looking for the fall is Morgan Turner. Fall confirmed to end it. Morgan Turner is #1, and she takes a bow for the Pennsylvania crowd. And what a performance by Morgan Turner.
Showing why she's #1, finishing off with a fall. Impressive stuff from Jordan Burroughs' pupil. And get some replays. That's the crackback.
What's up, Morgan? Great job.
Well done. Horger, though, up for the challenge. Turner was just too much for her. Was impressed by what Horger was able to do against such a highly ranked and credentialed.
She had moments for sure, but the night belongs to Morgan Turner. As she exclamation point finish here. Goes to that body lock, gets the hips in, gets the finish. And that's it for the women's portion of Who's #1, but we are not done yet. An amazing, amazing start here, Spey. But coming up at 5 o'clock Eastern, we're gonna have the men's portion of Who's #1. #1, #2 on the line. Of course, we're gonna be concluding with the main event. Bo Bassett taking on Daniel Zepeda, a rematch from last year's Who's #1. I cannot wait for that one. Of course, we're gonna have about exactly